Hi, I'm Keely. I'm the Community and Social Enterprise Advisor for Somerset, and been working with this community here for a while. Mells Village Shop and Community Cafe really is a fantastic example of what can be achieved when communities come together and want to do something for themselves. They were traditionally perhaps a bit of a disparate community, didn't feel like there was much of a community or a heart to it anyway. But after deciding that they couldn't possibly live without the shop, they galvanised themselves to get together and make sure that that stayed in place. It became a community shop and is run very successfully now. They managed to get the money together, and the RDP Case Fund was instrumental in helping them do this, because without that big chunk of money they wouldn't have been able to build the facility.
Well, I think if we had known what a huge project this was going to be, we probably never would have started. Curiously enough, at the very beginning, although it had never been a cafe, the outgoing manager said one thing this village really needs, partly because it wasn't a community and had no real community centre. The church going down, the pub was then going down. He said what we really need is even just a coffee machine for the old boys in the village to stand and chat. He said because there's a lot of loneliness in the village, particularly among old people. The shop made a perceptible difference to the village, partly because it's partly run by volunteers. And what wasn't a community definitely became one. The cafe has expanded that sense of community immensely. Everybody loves it, and we couldn't do without it now. Couldn't do without it.
The cafe has affected the shop in the way that it's changed the seasonality of the business. When we first opened the business, we were affected by school holidays, for instance, and all the school mums, when they did their run in the morning, they would be here, they'd buy all their stuff, but in holiday time they'd all disappear. Whereas now the cafe has brought people into the village, so we've got a proper seasonality now where customers treat it as a destination place in holiday time, so that has increased our sales by 10-15%.
The difference it makes is immeasurable. We've seen here today how people come in for a lunch club once a week, and that's subsidised actually by the committee. They come and have a lovely home cooked lunch, and that's only just a part of it, because the social interaction they get and the opportunity to mix with other people is just really important to them, and they wouldn't have had that opportunity before.
The main focus of the committee is to make the cafe and the shop viable businesses, and that means that we run them as businesses rather than not-for-profit organisations. Indeed, I get quite cross when people say, is this not-for-profit? Because if you make your goal to be not-for-profit, that's exactly what you make, no profit. No profit actually means a loss. And the cafe has brought to Mells a new dimension. The shop brings people into the shop to buy their various goods and newspapers and such. But the cafe is somewhere people can linger, they can hang around. And as we can see now, as people are flooding in, it really has become a hub and has created a sense of community.
It's become a real heart of the community, which happens everywhere. You find a motivated group of people who want to improve their own lives. It's important that you get that group of people together, that they've got some of the necessary skills, but they always need a bit of support. They need a bit of signposting, a bit of guidance, and that's where a project like the RDP Case Fund comes in, because it's real people on the ground and it's helping them to fulfil their ambitions.